Okay, Avengers Endgame theme. My grandkids went and saw that, and I thought, okay, let's write an arrangement for that. So I listened to the YouTube orchestral song, the Endgame Avenger theme, and it's pretty simple. So then I picked out the notes, and I noticed it's basically 2 chords. So here's what it would sound like, kind of like, I found the melody. Here's the melody. And then it does this. And does it again. And then it does it again. And another time. Each time adding more instruments so the texture gets thicker. And then at the end it goes. And that's the melody. It's not too difficult to play. It's in the key of G minor. We could probably put it in the key of A minor so there's no sharps and no flats, but this is exactly where it's written. Okay, so there are basically 2 chords in this. There's the G minor chord, and then they use the 1 chord, G minor, and then they use the 4 chord, the C minor. Okay, so here's what it was. If I'm going to add, I will add the chords to it this time, and this is kind of like what it would be if you could add the chords to it. Something like that. Now, because the melody is so thin, it's just a... There's a lot of space in there, between there, so you could add a bass and accompaniment to it, where I just put the triplets in. So, I've written a little arrangement, and my grandson, who's just learning to play the piano. And so this is the Avenger theme, and here's what it looks like here. So, the left hand is just the same over and over again, an ostinato. You find your G. Now this tells us that we're going to be flatting the B's and the E's. There's the only note you're going to be flatting, because in this arrangement is the 3rd line in the right hand. It's always going to be flat. Okay, so here's the line here in the top hand. You start on the G. Yes, G. Go 1 higher. Go 1 higher, but we're going to flat it this time. Not the white note, but we flat. Just like a flat tire in your car makes your car go lower, the flat before a note lowers that note by 1/2 step. So instead of playing this note here, 1 step higher, we hit, but we lower it 1/2 step. Then we go up. We skip this one because we just lowered that one. So that takes care of that note, and we go up to this one. And back to the G. Tied over. Same thing. Repeat. Always repetition in music. Always. That's why you remember that theme. There's that B flat again. Now we're going to go space, line, and back down to the G. Now your left hand is just going to be doing There's the F, one above F, G. And this is the same thing throughout the whole way. Triplet. 3 notes are equal to 1 count, so it's 1, triplet 1, ta-ta-ta-ta, 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 ta-ta, the same note over and over again, okay? So here's what this is going to sound like. Yeah. You can put this up like this, tuck it in there. I only have this camera, so this camera does not do wide lens, so this is why I'm kind of stuck doing it. Okay, so from the beginning, it would sound like this arrangement that I wrote. There, it would be like. Okay, you got the idea. Okay, so that's the first page. Then the melody, then after that, it's probably the introduction. Then you have the main theme, which is here. There's your G. Then you're going up, space, line, space, line. Okay, you're going up, you're on the G. You're going up, space, line, and it's the same note. Lower one, and there's that third line flat. Back up one whole, up one, and there's our old friendly G with our sticker on it, and same G. And back up, space line to the top, and down to the flat, and down one to the G again. And then that repeats. From here, it repeats. And then it repeats again. See, it looks the same. They did that, this 1, 2, 3, 4 times they did that. Same line, repeating it on the YouTube. Of course, then it gets in your mind. And first they had a thin instrument, like 2 or 3 instruments. Then they added more and made it thicker and thicker texture, which gives it that, making it sound a little different each time because it gets thicker in texture, okay? So then we get to this. And the last thing after the 4 times doing the same thing, they said, okay, let's switch it up. So then they put a rest here and they went, the G. And now we're going way up to this next G, higher, the whole G, way up here. So we're going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 notes up to the next G, which is an octave. From here to here is an octave. And then we're going down, line, space, line, to here. And then back down to the G, up the octave, to the high G, and down 1, 2, 3, and down 1, and down 1 to that flat, and then down 1, 2 to the G, and the G again, tied over. And then just the same G at the end, but a short one. So that's the Avenger theme.